In the late 1800s, many French-Canadian people from Quebec, the Acadia region in Canada, began migrating south into the United States. Many landed in Kankakee, Illinois, while others migrated further west as more land was being granted to homesteaders by the U.S. Government Homestead Act. They made their way with all their belongings to Kansas by covered wagons, first landing near Clyde, Kansas, before others moved even further west. French-speaking, some of the earliest migrants settled just west and south of the present town of Damar. Upon arriving, they were overjoyed of finding their new land. They homesteaded their claim, broke the sod to begin farming using some of the hardened sod to build their first homes. The settlement was named St. Petersville and laid on the land where the present St. Joseph Cemetery lays, only a short distance from Damar. They didn't have a church then, so the first Mass in St. Petersville was held in the dugout home of Ezra St. Peter. As more Catholic settlers arrived, they felt the need to build a small wooden church. While still primarily French-speaking, the town of Damar was settled in 1888 when the line of the railroad was developed a few miles north. Farmers, businessmen, masons, and laborers came and the town grew. There were so many French-speaking people, the town became known as Damar, Acadia of the West. As the congregation grew, they felt a need to build an even larger wood-framed 60-foot by 32-foot church. It was built on the west edge of Damar on land donated by Peter Semino. They then moved the St. Petersville Church to Damar and attached it to the back of the church, utilizing it as a sanctuary, sacristy, and kitchen for the resident priest. That church was then replaced when construction began on the new church in 1912. Limestone rock from a quarry near Waldo, Kansas, was hauled by wagon to Damar, nearly 40 miles. Each family was responsible for a load of limestone rock to build the new church. Laborers completed the base church with the bell towers being completed by 1917. The towers were built by utilizing scaffolding and ropes drawn by two horses, Daisy and Polly. They were tied to a rope that pulleyed up the large stone and cement to higher places on the towers. Unfortunately, during the construction of the bell towers, one laborer fell from the south tower to his death. The entire church was constructed in Romanesque style. Still nearly all French-speaking parishioners, early masses were spoken in French, to be changed in 1923 by declaration of the bishop and priest, whereby all masses were to be spoken in English. The inside of the church was completed and then dedicated in 1918. The original roof carried wood shingles, but by 1949 wood shingles were replaced with a new penny-thick copper roof, and it stands today. The priest's rectory was built in the 50s and the convent the same year. The Sisters of St. Joseph, headquartered out of Concordia, Kansas, served the school and community until 1968. The home was later sold to a parishioner and now rests in private hands.
The first stained glass you notice above the entrance doors in the vestibule represents the tie of St. Joseph Church with the Universal Church, symbolized by the St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. The loft shown here covers the vestibule, was built for the once-filled choir, now serves as an overload for parishioners and guests during special occasions. The beautiful marble pillars are not marble at all. They're scagliola, or polished gypsum. Scagliola is an ancient art form process of applying a thin layer of gypsum with different materials, causing the veining effect in the gypsum to look like marble. The columns are topped with ornate Corinthian capitals. The beautiful stained glass windows replaced the original ones by the 1950s. Families at the time paid $750 to purchase a window and have names of their family placed on the bottom of the window. Those stained glass windows that were purchased for $750 then are now worth tens of thousands of dollars to replace. The statues were also added later, many featuring Mary, the Mother of Christ, and St. Joseph, of which our church is named. During remodeling and repainting, somehow one or both of the angels on the altar went missing, to be lost for many years, and then suddenly reappeared on the altar. Hid away in storage, they were found by someone and they were put back in his proper place, guarding the crucifixion of Jesus statue. The original walls and ceilings were painted with a whitewash, and in 1948, artists began repainting the interior. Much of this painting is in gold leaf artwork. Much of the sacristy walls are painted with fleur-de-lis, recognizing our ties to the official flower of France and our French-Canadian ancestry. The fleur-de-lis, meaning lily flower, has further connotation with Mary, the mother of Jesus and the Trinity. The paintings over the interior archways, although are similar, they are somewhat different. They are depicting the four gospel writers, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Soon after Vatican II, the original altar which faced the crucifix was changed to face the congregation. Latin masses were replaced by English masses as well. By then, most of our original French-speaking parishioners had learned English.
The church received national recognition when it was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2005. We celebrated the 100th year anniversary in 2018 with a full house mass being attended with hundreds of present and former residents, descendants of our French-Canadian ancestors who built our beautiful church. Sadly, due to the priest shortage, the church has been reduced to a mission. Where was once a full house of Catholic families attending church must now be served by 2 priests serving 4 parishes in western Kansas. However, the St. Joseph's Church of Damar will continue to serve the community and be one of the most beautiful churches in all of western Kansas, if not all of Kansas.